Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and this is my reflective roadmap assignment. According to the NASW 2021, commitment to clients' self-determination and cultural competence are standards that social workers are expected to uphold. My personal approach to social work is to ensure that I'm always incorporating the NASW standards whenever I see a client. An example of this is I met with a patient yesterday who no one wanted to meet with because he was quote unquote rude. I spent some time with him trying to get to know exactly what was going on in his life, and I found out that he was rude and not compliant with the recommendations of the hospital because his wife had actually died in our hospital's care and he was feeling stressed and overwhelmed. I spent a lot of time with this client really ensuring that, I was understanding exactly where he was coming from. And we ended up building a very good rapport and, we had a really good conversation by the end of it and I got all of the information that I needed from him. What grounds me in my work is helping clients and patients get the care that they deserve, despite insurance, cultural barriers, language barriers, and etc. What keeps me motivated within social work is helping vulnerable populations get the services that they so need and deserve. An example is my department at my job. We recently covered a 30-day supply of life-saving medications for over $900. I had to advocate strongly in order for the hospital to approve this, but we were able to approve it with the strong advocacy of the social work department and myself, and the patient now has life-saving medication. According to Craig 2007, regardless of the voice used to describe our role, social workers in hospitals have experienced an additional profound loss of voice. I feel that I can relate to this because I do work in a hospital and I have experienced a loss of voice. When I'm trying to advocate for my clients, sometimes the doctors and the medical professionals don't see it the way that I see it. What led me to the field of social work was dealing with my own mental health issues as a young adult. I felt that I wanted to give back to the community that helped support me through my difficult time. I won't get into details, but I did struggle with a wide array of mental health issues. Within the article by Campbell, the author states being open about mental health problems and recovery also made me the type of role model for my students. I find that the best people to work with in the field of social work are the people that can empathize and sympathize with the clients and with the patients and what they're going through. A social work theory that frames my professional identity is systems theory. According to Crawford 2020, systems theory focuses on how an individual is understood within their environment. I use systems theory a lot, and I feel that you can't understand an individual unless you look at them within their environment. As one can't be understood on their own, you have to look at the environment and the system that they live in. My self-assessment of social work leadership. According to Hussain and Ashraf 2020, leadership can lead to staff retention, effectiveness, team cohesion, and reducing burnout. I've always wanted to be a leader within the field, and to me, being a leader means to be a lifelong learner. Being a good leader means being open to feedback and learning all throughout your career. Being a leader means that I can help guide and inspire my staff, as in the social work field, people get burnt out, so I think it's vital that social workers continue to be inspired. Being a good leader means taking initiative, finding ways to support my community, and initiating change and advocating for change. As a leader, I want to set a positive example for not only the staff I'm working with, but for the clients as well. Being a good leader means having effective communication, being able to work on a team, and being able to think on your feet. I find that I possess all of these skills currently as I do work on an interdisciplinary team, and I often practice these skills on a daily basis. I believe that some skills that I need to develop are decision making, prioritization, and adaptability. According to Hussain and Ashraf 2020, leaders need to be able to make complex decisions and prioritize clients' needs, which is essential to being a good leader. Although I feel that I am a good leader right now, I definitely do need some improvement. I plan to find a way to prioritize sort of exactly what the most important thing is for each client, and I need to be more adaptable. I find that sometimes I get stuck in my ways, and my plan to do all of these things is heavily practice everything that I'm learning in my DSW program so that I can possess these skills and learn these skills. I think that I can, oh, sorry. My 3 to 5 year plan as of right now is to complete my DSW program, stay at my current position at Stanford Hospital as a psychiatric and medical social worker. I really just want to get through the program, gain more skills of being a good leader, as I mentioned before. And my plan to develop my leadership skills is really to kind of absorb everything through the DSW program so that I can learn new skills and learn to be the best leader possible. In addition to that, my 5 to 10 year plan is to be able to move into a leadership position at Stanford Hospital within the new psychiatric unit. I want to be in a leadership role so that I can affect more change within the community I work in. My plan is to start a homeless shelter project within the city that I work in to decrease hospital visits within the inpatient psychiatric unit. Homelessness is a really big problem where I live, and I'm passionate about minimizing homelessness as a whole and also giving my clients the support they deserve. Content professional development and lifelong learning. Definitely a sink or swim learner. I learn best by experience. I believe that the DSW program will help me obtain a leadership role. I'm confident that once I'm in this role, I'll be able to be a strong leader. And I think by transitioning into a leadership role and just giving it a try is the best way that I'm going to be able to learn how to do that. I believe once I obtain my DSW, the management team at the hospital will take me more seriously. As I mentioned before, I don't find that they take my opinion seriously at this time, and I do think that having a DSW, behind my name, will help them take me more seriously so that I can bring more programs to the community that I currently work in. Pursuing a DSW will help me reach my professional goals by becoming a good leader. Right now, I'm not in a leadership role in my full-time job, and I'm not looking to be within the next 3 to 5 years, but I definitely want to practice those leadership skills. I'm going to be taking on an intern at my full-time job so that I can sort of practice the skills that I mentioned before. Obtaining a DSW will not only help me professionally, but it'll also help me to become a stronger individual, which will also help me in direct client care when I am working with my patients. Thanks.